decided not to.
Yeah, your hair looks great, Joey. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I'm
welcome
Dallas.
to
That's Zach, and apparently this is Elvis Presley. Thank you very much.
Yep. Welcome to the Monday Morning Hangover podcast. Oh, the Worship Hangover. There's no Monday in the title.
Not anymore.
Did it used to be?
Zach stole the title. It's fine. He's like, I got to retitle this.
Sounds like he didn't steal anything.
Was it ever called the Monday Morning Worship? Oh, okay.
Well,
sounds like he killed the title.
Like the so here's how it is. The page is like the Worship Hangover if you follow the page or whatever the group. Which there's really no reason to do that. And then
so I just merged it because I didn't know.
Yeah, the video, because we always did it on Monday morning, was the Monday Morning Worship Hangover, which is like a thing, right, in the church world.
Yeah.
And so that was
so true.
Yep, gotta love it, but not for me today.
Yeah.
Aaron was talking yesterday about how Sunday. I don't know who or in what context.
Okay.
I was just walking past and heard this conversation.
Okay.
And he was talking to somebody about the fact that Sunday is kind of our Monday, but then also Monday is our Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Sunday feels like, I think it's because we work for Sunday. We work toward Sunday.
But we get 2 days off before.
So in a lot of ways, Sunday feels like Friday.
Yeah.
And Monday feels like the most Monday. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Yeah,
So
it makes sense, but also it doesn't. Because Thursday's Friday.
Thursday's
at the same
Friday.
time.
Yeah. But it's weird.
For me, I've always, like, when we came here, you were like, man, Mondays are a drag, aren't they? And I was like,
Yeah.
Dallas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dallas said that.
But like some days I feel that way, but most often I just am like,
I wonder if it's the difference between putting out a baby every week and not.
maybe.
What?
Like this, like having this gigantic thing.
Hold on a second.
This gigantic thing that I've worked forever to write and then deliver.
Okay. Yeah.
I wonder if that's the difference. I don't know.
I don't know, because he also really strives for Sunday too.
Yeah,
though.
that's true.
Yeah.
And so he spends a lot of time.
so
doing
some of it for me-
and
Yeah.
organizing people and
Yeah, for sure. I'm not minimizing that at all.
It might be the expectation of the day
Yeah.
too, because sometimes Monday feels like, I know I'm going to try to get some things done, but if I don't get like everything done today, I know there's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, because it's Tuesday. So because of that, I think there's a little bit of less pressure. And but I don't know what my high pressure day would be. Maybe Sunday.
I definitely do that. Like, so there's a thing in ministry like that, like Sunday afternoon letdown into like Monday morning, like emotional working through all of that stuff. I definitely do that depending on the message, which is like a thing. And, and it really depends. Like a couple of weeks ago, whenever I got really deep in my story, like that was brutal. Sunday, the rest of that Sunday, I was just trash. And so like, and that just is what it is. So I definitely do that some. And I don't know what to call that.
My week definitely has a good
maybe
like
the
ebb and
Worship
flow.
Hangover.
Yeah, that's what I called it.
My week definitely has a good ebb and flow.
Yeah.
Like having 2 days off stacked together, like really helps me take the time that I need, I think. Because we went through a season where I had Fridays where I was working. This was totally different, Joey, like than right now.
Can you
but
imagine?
Oh, I lived it.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
Yeah, no.
So I would come in on
So you
Friday.
you had 1 day weekends.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I worked on Fridays, but I took Thursday off. But I could never completely like check out or like do what I wanted to do without thinking about the work day the next day. And so then I really only had like, well, I don't know, I was with my kids, so I had like 0 time off.
Yeah.
And this is why I've never got so the first church I worked at, they tried to keep the office open every day. And so like
including Saturday?
Not including Saturday, but Saturday there's enough special events and things like that throughout a year, between kids ministry, youth ministry, yada yada yada. But they would try to keep the office open every Sunday through Friday. And so like everyone rotated their days off. But it never made sense to me. Like you never got to a point to where you're like, I can really check out because everyone else is always working. And so, you know what I mean? Like it just never worked out. And then I never wanted to take a lot of people because of the Monday morning thing. I think a lot of people that do what I do take Mondays off. And I didn't want to do that either.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd rather come in here and do like this on Monday morning.
Well, and I think that's the other thing too that helps out is that the way that we have structured, and by we I mean not me, have structured our week, especially our Monday morning, is way different than a lot of churches. Like, and just starting off one with the podcast and then staff meeting, and
some people have staff meeting on Tuesdays, I think.
Yeah, because a lot of people take Mondays off.
Yeah, and so that maybe kind of makes sense, but I kind of like recapping the whole week or whatever. Anything that needs to happen, we have the whole week to do it now.
I would venture to say that if I took Mondays off, I would move more often.
You would what?
Like, I think I would move more often because I think the Monday morning slump would hit me and I'd be at home doing nothing and I would just start looking at jobs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that would happen.
Maybe.
I was like, move like exercise or move like change jobs.
Yeah.
Where
exercise, that sounds like a
we're
good
like
idea.
just coming in and tackling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and all the things, all the stuff that we're carrying in our brains, we can, work through it as a staff. So.
And then come Friday, I can actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
And knowing going into everything, because this is kind of what it comes down to is like, was I successful or not? Or how do I measure success? But knowing that we worked, at least most of the time, in a way that was trying to honor God.
Yeah.
And do things that we kind of know are going to be immeasurable.
Yeah.
In some ways. And just try to do our best. And you can walk away kind of going, I did as good as I could this week. Yeah. And I know I'm not going to be, like I tell the students this.
And that could be the difference too, because we measure success and feel success in very different ways. You and I do. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, sometimes I'm like, dude, was that even good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it, like, did I even, like, did I prep the team the right way? Did I, like, I definitely have those questions that roll around. Mm-hmm. But I think those hit me maybe Sunday. But currently, there's no time to like even think about it because then I go to student ministry. Yeah. I go home and take a nap and then go to student ministry.
I got a nap in yesterday.
Yeah.
Because there was an event on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
From like 2 to 4, and when I first saw that, I didn't know about it.
Okay.
Because every now and then I don't check the calendar.
What?
And it surprises me, and so I was like, oh man, I've got to practice, And so I was like, what am I going to do? And so, but that ended up being a blessing because I got a nap in because of the event. And all I did was to do my run through, I grabbed my iPad, sat in my office while they were doing, worship stuff. And I practiced it. So it ended up being like the perfect Sunday.
Rachel went to that event and she was like, when do you guys start practice? And I was like, 4, but we get there at like 3:45, and then she's like, oh, there's an event.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was just thinking we probably should not schedule events in that room on Sunday afternoon. Maybe. I don't know.
Or just not.
Or that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
That's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I was like, because we used to not book anything on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Because of student ministry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a big shift. So, but anyways, so yeah, it was I got a nap in, and man, my day changes when I get a nap. Even if it was like nice. 40 minutes.
Yeah.
40 minutes is all I need. If I take anything longer than that, it makes it worse for me because I just want to keep sleeping.
My typical Sunday nap, if I take one, is 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, if I take more than 40 minutes, I might as well just go to bed for the night.
Yeah, and we're done.
Yeah.
I've been known to take a longer nap than both of those. Sometimes I've taken like a 2-hour nap and it's great, but not anymore because I have like once we eat lunch,
you gotta be careful.
It's pushing 2:00, and I usually go from like 2 something to 3 o'clock.
2 to 3. Yeah.
So yeah. I got to play guitar yesterday.
Fun.
And I don't ever get to just be a guitar player.
Single focus.
Yeah. And it was really nice, and I got to like actually think about like.
Mm-hmm.
How can I play this instrument the best that I can? Mm-hmm. And that felt really nice because normally I'm like, my goal is like, let me push the band forward. Let me keep the band together despite tracks.
Yeah. And singability, because some things you maybe could play but maybe couldn't play and sing.
Yeah. And so, and we were doing the song Echo, and it has a weird beat rhythm in it, and so I was able to like be like, oh, how should this sit?
Yeah,
and
you're
I don't get to sit there.
Try not to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. It's all syncopated rhythms.
It is.
So that can get messy, or it can be really great at the same time.
Yeah, I was like, how do I stay with Caleb Jacoby, because he was playing the actual keys parts, which was great.
Yeah, that was another thing that was like, we had some people drop out, and so
the team shifted.
Yeah, the team shifted
from my
like
house.
Day of.
Yeah.
Day
of was Justice.
Yeah.
I think Boris had already.
But the team shifted Day of.
Oh, gotcha.
So like that was like, because it wasn't just him. It was also our bass player.
Oh yeah.
So
so it was a whole different team than what you had scheduled.
It was an entirely different team.
Yeah.
All the vocalists, which were students,
were the same.
And they were students, so that was great.
Yeah.
And then we just come, like, that's kind of how we do. We'd come in and like try to partner with the students and help make that go forward. And so this was a lot more partnering.
I will say, Zach, I hate to break it to you, but you are a hypocrite.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
About what?
That's right.
That's
Tell me.
shots fired.
Yeah.
You're just gonna let it hang
Click
there
the
like
button.
that and not say it?
I'm just gonna we're gonna sit in this for a second, and then I'll explain.
No, I'm clicking the button. I want to know.
Oh, that button.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what button he's clicking. There's no
I
button.
thought I was clicking the explain button.
No.
Yeah.
We can click that one. So
I could be
Zach,
a hypocrite.
Whenever we play, as anybody who plays instruments, anybody who plays in a band in any sort of way knows that when there is a gap in playing time, people are going to fiddle. They're going to do things. They're going to see. He knows what he's talking about now. Yeah.
Was he
Bow your
John
head in shame.
Mayering and
I didn't play any slow dancing in a burner room.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his. No, he was playing acoustic, so
Oh, gotcha.
But they were all. I look up there. And I just see Zach doing the same thing that every week he tells me not to do. Man. He tells all that band not to do.
I'm so
but
sorry.
You get up there,
I'm so sorry.
You get into it, and you can't help it.
Well, I got to fill my role in the time, and then it's hard.
You've got great musicians on stage, and you're like, I want to play a little thing with you guys.
You can
That's
only.
how it goes.
I'm going to level with you as a person who sits in the band and goes to practices. You can only deal with so many. Is my pack working for so long before you have to do something?
I've got to.
Right, and sometimes that something is play a song that is not Zach approved.
It's not even.
How many songs is that?
Not
Zach approved?
It's not even the song.
Yeah.
It's the time in which I'm playing it, because Zach's the one who's always trying to figure out the technical issues. And did we have any yesterday?
Nope. It was like 0.
That was crazy.
That's magic.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I'm glad I said that afterwards, because if I would have said it in the middle, it would have just
everything would have
tumbled
fallen
down.
apart. Power would have gone off.
Yeah, we actually didn't, which is
crazy.
I don't know. It might be a product of people just knowing what they're doing, but
adults.
But I don't know. Ben is doing a good job of like setting things up. I don't know how much he set up yesterday though.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know.
But I just plugged in. One thing that like sometimes our acoustic players have trouble with is they just plug in wherever they find a cable. Hey, here's a cable, I'll plug it in. And that's not reflective of them, their personalities or anything, but it just happens. And then they're like, I think I'm coming through the wrong channel or something, and we're about to start, and they're coming through the rhythm channel.
Yeah.
Or, and so I plugged in, and I was like, am I coming through the right channel? Like right when I plugged in.
Should label maker those boxes.
We really should. However,
but it's
just not
move.
the boxes, and they move around. We build them to move around, so that's why. Yeah.
But I mean, for that spot too, you always plug into that spot. So
I always play in that spot, and I always.
So we could label.
But acoustics right there.
We could label them, but yeah. So anyways,
I mean, yeah.
So yeah, we didn't have very many problems, which is always a blessing. Like on Sunday mornings when that happens, I'm like, man, that was good. We didn't have.
It was just a smooth.
Anything
it was
break
a smooth Sunday night. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
But like Sunday was similar. We had to make some adjustments on things.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nothing like broke, which is always good. But there's so many moving pieces. It's hard to not have anything break.
Yeah. What?
So.
Yeah, but like it was kind of weird. Like I didn't think about it until today. But like all of our videos worked, the game worked. I had a loop video for the game slide that worked.
I mean, ultimately, the thing that I just need from you, Joey, is for you to just give me grace. And I'll unwrap it.
Look at that.
You're gonna unwrap it.
Look at that. Yeah, he's making a shift there in topics.
So here's the funny thing. Okay. I sat in on Sunday morning to listen to the sermon.
And did you?
And the entire time I'm thinking, I'm preaching the exact same sermon tonight.
So what?
No, that's the best. Actually,
it's not
that's probably the spirit.
It was very close, but and that's what we did. We talked about it was a little bit different, okay,
because it's in your voice. It's totally different.
Well,
doesn't really even matter.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, we can read the same script and we would read it 3 different ways, right, Zach?
Dude, oh my goodness.
So true.
Okay, can I just tell the people?
Tell the people
how I feel a second?
Tell the people how you feel. Get on your soapbox.
So
get
I will
on your soapbox.
Okay, I'm on it.
Like
there you go.
I write scripts for Sunday. I like to have
Don't we all?
Yeah, I like to have that direction from the script.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will write it, and then inevitably, whenever we're sound checking Dallas or Aaron, because Aaron did it yesterday too, they will just read my script. And it's not my. It sounds
we don't want to
gross.
spoil the sermon for the people who are waiting in there.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah, you're 2-minute little.
We'll just
talk.
spoil
That's
Zach's
fine.
interruption or his like introduction or like
Yeah.
it's like his communion. It's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just spoil that
So
part.
so they say it, and it just sounds like it's like a mirror. But when I say it, I feel like it sounds like me.
It's a funhouse mirror.
Yeah, but whenever you read it, it's like you're reading a caricature of me.
Yeah, well, I'm inflecting the way I inflect when I read.
Yeah.
So
so the writing style it doesn't always match up.
We used to say this like because when I was a speech coach, like because there are certain competitions in speech competitions where you are reading. And so like poetry, prose, things like that. Like part of that is actually reading. And we would say like I can teach you to perform, but I can't teach you to read. And so like everyone reads totally differently.
Oh, it's weird.
And so we have to teach you we would have to teach people how to perform in their voice, like with their and so I read a certain way, which is why I write a certain way.
Yeah.
And I have certain inflections or things that I pick up on. You do totally different inflections. So I actually think if you hadn't written it, you know what I mean? Or like to a person who's in the room, they might think I wrote it.
Oh.
Because I'm inflecting in my voice.
Yeah. There's a full translation happening there.
Yeah.
I remember one day we were standing in there. I don't know if Joey was there.
I think it was Christmas last year.
We were standing there.
We all three had something to say in sermon because I think I did communion at Christmas last year.
No,
I'm something like.
Well, we were in the room together. It might have been me and Dallas and Aaron, maybe, but
it was. I think it was him.
I thought it was too.
I think it was all three of us.
But we were standing there,
all four of us,
and we read the same script.
Yes,
and it happened totally different.
Yes.
We should maybe do that.
Yeah,
on video or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. But it's
a script that you write.
I don't know if it was mine or if it might have been
Dallas's. It was
yours.
It was. I think it was both. It was 100% Christmas last year.
I think you're forgetting that
of the same thing.
It's every week when they read mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so.
But it's not every week that I read yours.
That's true.
So that's why I remember.
And I definitely have a rhythm in my writing. If you pay attention, I'll break the glass for people. If you pay attention, I'll have like 2 short bursts of sentences and then 1 really long run on. And then, you know what I mean? Like I have a flow.
Mm-hmm.
I really like your organization too.
Yeah.
I don't know how we ended up talking about this totally, but but your flow has like main topic supporting points.
Yeah.
Like that's how it should be too. But I appreciate that in the writing because it helps me format.
I would love to see an outline because
mine.
Yeah, yours.
Go to Trello.
Okay, I will. No, that's the sermon.
Oh, an outline of my sermon.
An outline.
Oh, go to Trello and look at what Amy puts up.
Yeah,
I don't.
Amy mostly just does the scriptures in it. So let me tell you what I'm saying because most people's sermons you can.
I don't have like point A, B,
yeah,
C.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
because
that's bogus.
You
can
still
do that
have
today.
structure though.
You can do that today,
Yeah.
Joey, and just put it in chat.
Put it in chat.
Oh, I should do it in
and then just
chat
have it spit out, and then you don't have to waste time.
Because I've always think it's interesting because it's like, as another, like when you become a preacher, the glass is broken for you and you can almost always see like, okay, this is where they're at in their structure. This is their structure that they're in most sermons. It's hard to do that for yours.
I think ABC is going to come back.
Yeah.
ABC 1, 2, 3. I think that's going to come back because everything that's trendy is cyclical, and communication is definitely a trendy art. Like it just is. So to me, ABC 1, 2, 3 outline sounds like a speech or a super old pastor.
And for my second point,
right? Like that's what it sounds like to me. And so I do like, this is my driving big idea, and let's inspect every piece of what that is. And so essentially, like when I'm writing, I'm asking myself questions like, what does Scripture say? Okay, what does Scripture mean? Okay, so if Scripture means this, then how can I apply this?
Yeah.
How is Jesus the hero of this? Like, I'm asking myself those questions when I'm writing, and I'm answering that as I go through the process. I'm not always answering it like in slate order, you know what I mean? But I'm asking those questions as I'm writing, and so there's chunks where you could probably build an outline out of it. But this is why I don't build my own outlines. Like, I'll send it to someone else and be like, I need you to make this make sense to somebody else.
Yeah.
You don't. There is like, I think one of my favorite like ways to think about sermons like is like turning the diamond. Have you ever like heard of that one?
Yeah.
Where they like turn the diamond. You don't turn the diamond,
No.
but you do take a forward progression. You take a journey every time.
That's how I say it. I want to walk beside you on the journey to the point.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
And I think that's why it feels almost more like we've just been sitting down and talking. And you're like, oh, well, what about this scripture? And you're bringing that up, and I think that has to do with the way that you speak socially.
Yeah.
And you consider the social like layer.
Yeah.
Well, so
yeah.
But
that's the thing.
Yeah.
So back to grace. Let's talk about.
So
yesterday.
Anyways, let's talk about Aaron's sermon yesterday.
I wasn't here yesterday, and I was off, like actually off work yesterday, and so like I didn't even watch yesterday's message yet.
Wow.
And so I would love to hear all about it. I'm sure Aaron did great. I trust him with it. That's why I didn't feel the need to watch it.
Yeah. So I thought it was really great, and I think
his scripture home base was Joseph.
Yes.
Like Mary's Joseph.
Which was my scripture's home base for that last night.
That's
which was the funny part, is that we kind of both talked about this aspect of the fact that Joseph is sitting in this moment where he thinks his wife is cheating on her. And it was kind of interesting because we celebrated what Joseph did. I mean, he is one of the biggest heroes of the whole story. So true. Yeah. Even before before the angel comes, he sits in this moment of wanting to give Mary dignity and respect in this terrible, terrible situation. Yep. And we talked about how oftentimes that's oftentimes the motif for our Christmas is that we need to forgive. We need to have grace for people. Well,
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, because there's just so much family drama is exemplified the most at Christmas time, more than any time ever, because it's just such a
anytime you gather.
Yeah. But what's the time you're going to gather the most? It's Christmas. Yeah. I see relatives at Christmas that I don't see ever. Yeah. Even my brother. I don't see my brother until Christmas, right?
Right.
And so whatever drama, sometimes the drama in your life, or the hurt, the family hurt in your life, can take a back burner for 360 days of the year. Yeah. And then those 4 days when you're together, it really, jam packs all together. So we talked about just having grace and being able to one, if you're a follower of Jesus, Jesus came here for forgiveness. Yeah. He came here for grace, and we even see that in the very beginning, it comes from the Father. It is also in his genetics. Yeah. Or I guess not in his genetics, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Some things you can learn from Joseph just off the top of my head, dude, if you're going to go through divorce, look at Joseph.
Yeah,
dude. You know what I mean? God hates divorce, absolutely. Yeah. But Joseph, in his immediate first thought was, I have to dump her. I have to be done with this, right? And he's so what's he decide to do? Well, he doesn't want to put her out to public shame, and so he decides he's going to do it quietly. Yeah. And so if you think that your marriage is heading on that trajectory, maybe Joseph is a good role model for you to look at, because a lot of people love to tell all of the stories, true or not. And so maybe look at him for that. I think too, you talked about the 360 days of the year are fine and then 5 are terrible. I would actually say that 4 of the 5 that are terrible are the anxiety leading up to the event. Those 4 are the worst days. With the family drama, because you're thinking about everything you're going to unpack. often the anxiety is far worse than the event. Or than the facts. And I think that that's also true in Joseph's story. Like, he has anxiety of what had to have occurred, but what really happened was actually pretty good.
Aaron said something about I don't remember exactly what he said. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't. But like, almost like he was offering her grace.
Yeah.
In the midst of doing that. But then he said something else to follow that up, and I can't remember what it was. But it was just like, it was almost like he didn't, like, it was still an act of, I don't know, breaking the relationship in the midst of grace. And I don't know, Aaron, tell me your conclusion.
I'd love to know.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah.
No, Aaron does great. So Aaron actually preached you guys might know this, you might not. Aaron actually preached when I had applied. We came up like sneaky.
Oh.
I think the elders all knew that we were here because it was like an interview.
Yeah.
But
that's kind of like what I did.
But nobody else knew that I was here.
Yeah.
And it was really easy for us to come sneaky because Alpha's family came here. And so Aaron preached that day. Without he came, I was like, man, this kid. Let's face facts compared to me. This kid is really smart. He's really good. So I recognize that.
That's
immediately.
A cool story.
Yeah, it is.
That's funny.
So this says, but Joseph took a posture of grace. That doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt, which that's a big part.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean calling wrong things right. It means choosing mercy instead of revenge. That's really the main thing. Is he, instead of like airing out the dirty laundry, he was like, let me keep this thing quiet because like I've known this girl, but she's obviously like maybe not who I think she was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
and so let me just figure this out and not make it a scene. Help her to.
Yeah.
But let me I think maybe there was some self-interest there too. Like if I just break this off quietly, they'll, maybe that'll save my face a little bit too.
Yeah.
And so who knows, but yeah.
Just trying to make the best of a hard situation.
For sure.
And it was kind of funny because like, for me, the two sermons, morning and night, they merge together, especially when you're teaching on the same text. And one thing that I said last night that I was like, oh my goodness, it's like the same. It feels like the same thing, is that this terrible situation was really a wrapping paper for something really amazing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And
I like that.
and so, like, this hard situation of doing the best that he could, of trying to do right by this woman that he fell in love with. Yeah. He loved her. He wanted to marry her.
Yeah.
And he had to have been heartbroken. All the feelings that you have, it really feels like a TV moment when it's like,
and like her like sleeping around,
yeah, like that's tough.
Yeah,
confusion and
who knows, culturally what the assumption could have been.
Sure.
Yeah. But definitely the assumption was going to be it was a naturally.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
conceived,
and I think too, like they probably dealt with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think an angel changed public assumptions.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like,
well,
they don't talk about that.
Why do you see, why do you see Mary go to be with Elizabeth? And you know what I mean? Like she's going there for a reason, for months.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And talk about the personal conviction of an experience. Like you just tell people, I had a dream and this is what an angel told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how to reconcile that.
And what do you say to your son if
God
he tells you that?
God hasn't spoken in 400 years. Okay.
Yeah, we're like, okay, dude, the signs are here.
Yeah.
People say that today, and you're like, listen, that happened once, and it's not happening again.
Yeah.
So,
but I think everything human nature, this is why I give some people who didn't believe in Jesus a pass a little bit. Like so much of everything around him was so out of the ordinary. Like it'd be hard to believe, like hard to fathom. I think that's what people miss whenever they're like, oh, I just wish Jesus was alive today, then I would know. I don't think you would. Like read the Bible. A lot of people didn't.
Somebody asked me yesterday, they were like, why did the Jews hate Jesus? He was a Jew. Yeah. Like that question. And I kind of had to like snap into it and be like, oh, right. Yeah. Because he was basically committing the worst sin that you could almost, like trying to take the place of God. And so And so that's why. And so we talked about that just a little bit, and that was good. But
I've been listening to Acts with Justice in the mornings. And so, nice. And so the questions, that he keeps asking me, like, why do they just think Paul's lying? Well, because that's an easy way to end a fight. You must be a liar then.
Yeah.
Why do they think Paul's crazy? Well, because that's an easy way to end a fight. Look at him. He must be crazy, right? Why did they think that those
it's like canceling.
Why did they think those people were drunk? Well, because it's an easy way. It's like, and sometimes those assumptions make more sense than what's actually happening, I think too.
Yeah.
Like if we had someone come to us and say like, I'm it, I don't know. My convictions are pretty deep. There would have to be some.
I was kind of thinking about that the other day. Like if they didn't accept Jesus, then would they accept anyone?
Right.
Like who's going to come that they would really accept, or had they become so hard of heart that they were just like, no, this is the way things are?
I think the fact that the Jewish religion still exists strongly probably proves no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And it
like, who are you waiting for?
It makes sense to me. Like I sympathize.
Mm-hmm.
I sympathize with that, I think. The way I would with any other person of any faith who has like this major crisis of like everything I've known.
I mean, Thomas, like Thomas gets such a bad rap, but then like our unfaithfulness and our disbelief.
Yeah.
I've read a couple of great books on this topic of people coming from Islam. I'll try to throw them in the comments later today. Just because I think journeying with people who are leaving one ideology, one religion, one faith to go into another, and the trip that takes, you know what I mean? I think it's important to know and be sympathetic with that.
Well, and I think too, like a very big part of that is not, you're not just leaving a faith, you're leaving like a worldview and the way that you see the world, because it is such authoritative.
Well,
base.
It's not even just a worldview. Like the Bible uses the word gods, right? Yeah. Like in it's speaking about all these like false demon gods.
Yeah.
But there are also real supernatural powers at the helm of some of these beliefs. And so we say, well, Christianity works, and they could say, well, so does you fill in the blank.
Yeah.
And maybe it does sometimes. Maybe you know what I mean? Maybe to keep people going it does. But that's a thing. And so it's not just a belief thing. It could be an experiential thing for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we lose sight of that because we believe in the one true God, and we don't talk about the evil principalities and powers enough.
Yeah.
But they exist. That's actually what we're fighting against, the Bible says.
They're powerful.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why like health, wealth, prosperity gospels work, because they're pretty measurable.
Yeah.
And they create a following of people who haven't made it yet.
Yeah.
and so they're on this path to that.
Yeah.
And
it's probably the same God in charge of the lottery.
Well,
could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, and so like bringing it, because this all still relates, I think, to what we talked about yesterday, because like again, you have people trying to make the best of a hard situation. Yeah. They just don't know. Yeah. Or like, and that's not even just about, people of other faith. I mean, people who hurt other people who are trying to get power over other people. Like, I mean, you name it. People genuinely try. I mean, not to be totally malice, or if they are, it is because it comes from a place of hurt. And like, it doesn't just come from evil intentions to be evil, usually, for the most part. And so like, it's just this idea like that we talked about yesterday of like giving grace for people to do, like, because we almost have grace for Joseph, because Joseph didn't know. And when he knew, he made the right choice, you know. Joseph had grace for Mary because he thought he knew, And so, like, it is just, like, I think it's honestly my favorite topic to talk about for Christmas. Yeah. Because that's what Jesus is about. Yeah. It's not just about, to me, it's not just about how many sheep or how many men went and saw Jesus. Yeah. it's about what Jesus represents and if nothing more than grace, like that's the whole thing. And so it's always my favorite thing to talk about around Christmas time, because it just reminds us.
It's the difference between the details and the story.
Yeah.
Right. And the story is so powerful. Like when you start to read, who cares how many wise men came? Let's talk about why would they choose to come?
Yeah.
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 And then how did they respond once they came?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is so significant. 3:30.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who cares?
I think there's 3 actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's tradition.
We 3 kings.
Traditionally,
of
there's
Orient
3. Yeah, traditionally there's 3.
I'm sorry, worship jokes.
Yeah, the sheep, the mangers out in their field. There were mangers and there's a nativity set. We all grew up with that. But
there's no place at the inn.
Let's talk about the significance of these things.
Yeah.
And why would God choose to tell that story, and why would God choose to tell that story to them?
Yeah.
And bring them into it. It's just, I don't know.
And don't you think the wise men might have felt let down maybe a little bit? I don't know. They traveled a long ways and then they came to a barn.
I don't think so, because
they saw the angels.
You read the story, they come to the barn and they give the gifts, they recognize the kingship of this guy, and then on the way they meet with Herod, and they have this vision then that wait, that guy's evil and we can't go back and tell him what we've seen, and you know what I mean? I don't think they were let down. I think that they like so many who come to faith in Christ or come to know Christ or see him, I think that they maybe were surprised by what he is.
Yeah.
The unexpected. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I don't get the sense that they were let down.
Yeah.
Well, and it is interesting because like throughout the Gospels, there's very few who really recognize who Jesus is while he's there. And so this is kind of one of those moments where they're like, oh, but also we never hear of them again. Yeah. So, but it is a really, for me, it's in both in their story, there's so much humility.
Yeah.
Right. It's such a reversal. It is such a flipping of power. The Son of God came to be a baby in a barn,
right.
And the wise men, the kings, whatever they're called, the powerful men come and bow down to him.
Yeah.
And I think it
magicians.
Magicians. There you go. I don't know.
Magi.
3 dudes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 dudes
who were well studied.
Who were had
What's
some
your
things
zodiac
going
sign?
on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Astrologers.
Yeah. So what was their sign? Do you know? I don't know.
It was
a
the star rising. That
was the sign. Jesus' sign is the North Star. Anyways.
Star.
Yeah. There you go. Somebody's calling me. Anyways, but we talked about this yesterday too, about how vengeance is the Lord's. And when the Christmas story is a reversal, in our lives, we do need to reverse some of the things that we hold on to.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think, Christmas is the time when God does something big to get our attention. Hopefully, if we pay attention, he's trying to. And so maybe for you this season, and I know for me this season, I'm about to go to my family's house. We're packing the house. There's a lot of people coming, and so, there's
that kind of
that kind of.
I was
packing.
you're packing your whole house.
No, we're not moving.
Parents?
Oh
Wow.
well, I mean, but
you must have bought a lot of presents.
No. But no, we're it's always in this season, we have to flip our expectations, and we have to not hold on to what we want, not hold on to, where we're going or what we think needs to happen, but allow God to have space. And I think that's the whole point of this series, is that we're making room for God. And maybe when somebody has wronged you, or maybe when somebody has hurt you, or whatever hurt you have going into the season, God, we can make room for God in those times too. Yeah. By giving him the ability. We talked a lot about revenge yesterday too, and how, and man, underrated thing to talk about the Bible. The Bible talks so much about how vengeance is the Lord's. I've been reading through Proverbs lately, and I feel like every chapter there's something on it that God mentions. Like, I will repay. You don't have to do that. In fact, don't. Like, not only do you not have to, you shouldn't. And I think
that's terribly hard to do, though.
Yeah, man, it's so hard because like you get so angry sometimes.
Those karma videos, they feel so good,
dude. They feel so good.
Like it's like one person doing a thing that you're like, that's kind of unfair. Oh, and it feels so good. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think.
Like
like when somebody like when a biker, does something mean to another driver, and then the police is on the side of the road there and sees this instant karma, and
or someone cuts you off and then they get pulled over.
My algorithm must not feed me that, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Man, well, maybe you don't respond to it the way we do.
It's not guitar content.
Yeah.
It's not cooking content. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't see them all the time, but sometimes like someone want to come up and I'm like, oh man, that feels really good.
And then I'll sit there and I'll go, oh yeah, that's great. And then I'll get more.
Yeah,
because it's listening.
Yeah,
so absolutely good
man.
Okay,
so yeah, well, if you guys didn't see the sermon yesterday,
job,
you should go.
I know
go
he's
watch.
Not watching, but
true.
Cheers.
Could be.
Yeah, he could be.
Could be.
Could be.
There's a chance. So,
all right, y'all. See you
later. Have a good week, guys.